G'day, it's Rob again. Thanks for viewing. Today I'm just working in the shed. I'm just going to turn that radio off. Whoops. Turn the radio off. Oh. Okay, well, what I'm doing today, I've cut the floor pan out. It was really, really rusted and horrible. Had a big hole in it. I've watched a few YouTube clips, and it seems to be easier on YouTube than it does when you do it yourself. Strange thing that. So what I did this morning, I cut the floor pan out, and I was very, very mindful not to cut into the tunnel and anything else that I didn't need to cut into. Most people recommend that you flip the beetle up on its side, the chassis up on its side, and cut so you can see the tunnel. Well, I marked it, and I didn't cut into it. I was pretty close in a couple of spots, but I knew what I was doing. I took measurements and made a few marks, and then what I've done, I went out this morning and bought a spot weld drill bit. So I'll turn this around, and you can see what I've been doing. So what I've done, I started here at the back because the new floor pan has this rear cross member with it, but I didn't want to disturb the bolts holes where they were for when the body goes back on. So I left that on, and what I did, I've gone along and I've drilled every spot weld, and then I've hit it with a cold chisel. Oh, sorry, with a splitter chisel. I'll just set this up so you can probably see a little bit better. So that's the splitter chisel I've used, and look, they're quite narrow. They're very, very narrow. And what I've done, I've drilled, and then I've gone along and I've just hit each one, and it's peeled off pretty well. That corner there, that was really, really tight and really hard to break away. That's probably taken me now from there, and I'm around to here. That's probably taken me the best part of, I'd say an hour and a half, just to get that part there done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue on with this right around here. And as you can see, I've cut pretty close to the tunnel there. And in here, that was welded to the Napoleon hat. So I just ran the grinder right off the edge of that into what's left of that, the flange, the bolt flange for the mount bolts. And I think underneath this section here, there's a flange that comes out about yay far. So I cut it way outside it. So I think in the camera you can see there's a few spot welds there that I've got to drill out, and a few along here. But what I'm tending to do is drill a couple in front, then chisel. Drill a couple, then chisel. Now, I've seen a lot of guys use air chisels, and I've seen, I think it was J-Bugs I watched, and they just use a chisel. So I thought, I'm going to save myself a few bucks. I'm not going to buy an air chisel. This was 30 bucks. It's called a splitter chisel, and it's doing a really good job. I'm surprised. So get yourself a splitter chisel and have a go without a pneumatic. Well, if you've got a pneumatic, you're going to use it, aren't you? But if you haven't, try one of these. So that's where I've been doing, and I'm just going to, one, I've got all these spot welds and the rest of this metal off. I'm going to clean all that up, and then it's ready to actually fit the new one, which is coming in the next couple of days. I'm on holidays for a little while longer, but I'll try and get this all prepped, waiting for the new one. And what I've done for the new floor pan, as you can see, there's a lot of marks I've made along here. That's where the tape measure sits, and when I come out to the hole, I've taken the measurements. So what I've got to do is make sure the measurements line up that way, and I've measured off the front axle beam, which is covered up to keep it clean, to each bolt hole along the side. That way I've got a measurement, I can do it. I've measured it this way across the bug, and I've done it that way. So I can get all my measurements right, which should go up to the new heater channels and that go in the body. So hopefully that's the plan. I took heaps and heaps of measurements, and I double and triple check my measurements. So if you are taking measurements, always double and triple check. And if you're not sure, get a mate or someone else to check them for you and have a crack that way. So that's where I'm at. It's pretty hot in the shed today too, so that's probably making me go a little bit slower. But yeah, I've just been chipping away. Obviously, YouTube makes this look a lot easier. And believe me, friends, it ain't. So you just got to be patient, chip away at it, drill out a hole, do a bit more, and then you'll finally get there. So look, I hope this helps. Look, if you like what you've seen on my channel, subscribe. If you don't, that's all right. I'm doing this for me. So if you learn something out of it, well and good. If you don't, oh well. We'll catch you next time. Hooroo.